back to another episode of Sip Up Days with Who's Who, the ultimate interview series where we explore the captivating minds of extraordinary individuals who are making waves in their respective fields. I'm your host Ahan.
And I am Durga. Today we are privileged to have a very special guest among us, someone whose remarkable dedication is notable through the challenging time of 2018 flood. In 2015, he nailed the UPSC exam and earned the title of an IAS officer. We are talking about the collector of charm, none other than Mr. S K Umesh.
Thank you. Hi Durga, hi Ahan.
I know we have mentioned your teachers a lot, sir, but were there any teachers who had a significant impact on your...
No, already I mentioned my school teachers. No, in fact, it would be injustice if I don't mention many other teachers. There are so many teachers. I'm in touch with most of them. May not be regular, but at least I'm in touch. For some of them came for my marriage and all. And from my school, I already told. From my college, I would say there are fantastic human beings and professors like R. Mugunathan sir, who was my dean student affairs. We used to fight a lot because he was very strict. And students want to have fun. In a college, students' union means they want to have fun. He was anti-fun in the sense he wanted more discipline and more things to happen in a better way instead of an unruly way. And so we had lots of run-ins, and we're still very close. I attended his book release function in 2019 when I was sub-collector Wayanad. He invited me as a special chief guest for his book release program. There are lots of them. I'm not mentioning all of them, but by teachers. In fact, to you also, I would say this example I would always quote. A.R. Rahman was not a great student in his school. He studied in Padma Sheshadri, Chennai. He was not a great student. He didn't even attend school. He was very busy playing music because his family was in poverty. His father had passed away. So he always used to go to different music directors and play instruments. He used to bunk class and teachers used to scold him. But A.R. Rahman, wherever he goes, he will dedicate or mention about his school teachers. That is something interesting. If you're a topper in your school, you can mention school teachers. A.R. Rahman didn't even attend school. Why is he mentioning school teachers? That is the importance of school teachers. School teachers are not just there teaching history or geography or physics or chemistry. They are teaching life to us. They are the first parents. Parents are always special, but they are our parents. They will always take care of us. Why should teachers take care of us? It's a job, no? It can be seen as a job. But I have not seen any teacher who sees teaching as a job. I have always been blessed. You are also blessed, I'm sure, with wonderful teachers who go beyond their call and take care of us like a family away from family. So teachers, I keep mentioning about teachers because without teachers, who are we? That's something you should also remember, I should also remember, because I become collector. I have become a collector. My junior has become an IPS officer, and another junior has become a big engineer in Intel in US. Another engineer is a big doctor in MMC. But the teacher is still there in the same school, molding more such people. It's kind of thankless. I don't think anyone is taking interview of my teacher, no. So, but she's still there. They're still there doing their jobs. So it's our duty who are doing these interviews to keep mentioning their names.
I agree with you, sir. Teachers always bring the best out of the students. I'm sure you make your teachers very proud.
I'm very happy, yeah.
So we heard that you started with engineering after school. What was that moment that made you change paths and pursue civil service?
Civil service. So actually, when I was in college, third year, I had my senior, one Mr. Arun Kumar, 1 year senior to me in electronics engineering, who was in hostel, and he was always studying history geography. So we were studying digital signal processing. I told you, no, I don't remember subject names. Computer networks, microprocessors, it's like Latin and Greek, and I was finding it very tough. At that time, I go to my senior's room and he's studying history geography. I thought, wow, why are you studying history geography? He told, this is the civil service exam. I thought, oh, if you study history and geography, you can become IAS. Actually, I'd always thought I told you, my school teacher always used to tell me, you should study for IAS. So, I always had that in mind, but I had not thought about it. I was more of a happy-go-lucky guy, just enjoying college life. I was telling about how hectic college life was, organizing events, doing this, doing that. So I was having a ball. So then when the call of reckoning came in third year, where I have to decide whether to sit for placements, I saw my senior Arun Kumar, and he showed many of our batchmates, showed many of our juniors the way about civil services exams. He only told us this is civil services exam. It's conducted by UPSC. There are 3 stages in this exam, and that's how we started preparing. It's not just me. There are so many of us who cleared exams together. We are all batchmates, or 1 year senior to me, 1 year junior to me. They are in IAS. We are in IAS, IPS. We are in foreign service. We are in IRS. We are in railway service. We are in different services across the country, from PSG College of Technology. And the reason is Mr. Arun Kumar only. He's an IRS officer now in Bangalore. And so that was the reason. That was the moment where we so 2 reasons. One, engineering is not going to work out, and civil services, the exam was appealing to me, and that's how I started preparing. And the job also. So the job, IAS or IPS is all about people skills, how you manage people and all that. And for 3-4 years I was doing that only in college. So I thought temperamentally and skill wise also the job profile will suit me.
Being a collector comes with immense responsibility, but what are the most thrilling aspects that you personally enjoy about being the collector in Ernakulam?
District Collector Ernakulam. So every day is a roller coaster ride only. Even while I'm sitting with you, I'm talking with you, my phone is on silent. I'm thinking what calls would have come, who would have told, whether something is burning, whether someone is drowning, what is happening in somewhere. Those kind of thoughts are always there. It's a big responsible job, because the district collector is the face of the government in the district. So anything related to the district, the chief minister will call collector first. What's happening there? What's going on? So like that, it's a very it's basically a job of coordination, where you coordinate with different departments, different stakeholders, and ensure outcomes are there. And more importantly, outcomes are not easy. There are so many cases, because for example, there might be a problem for which the solution will be 20 crores. Where is the 20 crores? It's not easy to get money from the government, because there are so many priorities. There are 14 districts in Kerala. There are many departments in Kerala. There are priorities of the government. There are priorities of the district. So, district collector is a job like no other job in the country. It's not because it's hectic or something. I would say a doctor's job or a teacher's job is more hectic than a district collector, because a doctor, imagine a doctor, how busy a doctor is. But the variety which comes with the job of a district collector is phenomenal. In that aspect, I don't think any other job in the country will come close to it. In one meeting, I will be discussing on how to open new quarries to help NH works progress. In another meeting, we'll be discussing how to close quarries, because it is we have to check the environmental degradation aspect and all. One meeting will be discussing on water pipelines. One meeting on waste management. One meeting on land acquisition for metro. One meeting on traffic diversion because of land acquisition. And it's I don't know how to say. It's very unpredictable. Every day is unpredictable. And the only solace is interviews like this.
Whoa, all that info makes me wonder how your daily life is like.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Your contributions during the 2018 flood in Wayanad were widely recognized. Can you share some insights and experience during that very challenging time?
So that was a challenging time for the entire state, as you know. You must have been, you were born, yeah, you were born, yeah. 2018 is just 6 years back, okay. You must have also suffered from the floods some way or the other. We all were affected by the floods in one way or the other. So I was sub-collector Manantavadi in Wayanad. So at that time, it was an event like no other, and government had to respond swiftly. So there are 3 aspects to it. One is rescue people. People are stranded. People are stranded in rooftops. People are stranded in colonies. It is a very tough time. And rescue them and relief. Take them to relief camps. Give them food. Take care of their basic amenities. Give them toilets, drinking water, everything for the next few days, because their houses are all gone. Their houses are all damaged. They can't enter their houses. And then comes the rehabilitation part. Give them money or do projects where you ensure that their lives are rebuilt. So that way, I was involved in all these 3 stages in Wayanad, and you are mentioning my name in 2018 floods because of one photo where I am carrying some rice sacks and all that became viral. Actually, all of our officers across the state did great work. And do you know Mr. Rajamanikam IAS? He was District Collector of Ernakulam some 6 or 7 years back. He is a guy who does all these kind of things, runs and carries rice sacks. There was a night during the 18 floods when trucks had come from Tamil Nadu. Lots of rice sacks were lying there. We were all very tired. We had not slept the previous day. This was 11 p.m. in the night, and I was about to switch off for the day and go back. Then Rajamanikam IAS, he told we'll carry these rice sacks to the nearby building, to the camp. I told I am not doing it. Then he told come we'll do it, and he started carrying rice sacks. And when a senior carries, if your principal carries, you will carry, no?
Of course.
Likewise, when my senior carried, I also carried. So there was a clerk taking photograph of that. So then I realized, at least for the photo, I should post like I'm carrying properly. Otherwise, it was very heavy. I have never carried rice sacks. But that photo, that photo reached entire nook and corner of Wayanad, and from the next day I became Arichakku Chumanna Priyapata collector, and I should thank Rajamanikam for that, because that became like a symbol of the kind of work all IAS officers, all IPS officers were doing in the state at that time. So all credits to him, and you're also my thanks to Mr. Rajamanikam, who's now in Trivandrum. Even now, if any flood comes, he'll be running like that. And so, yeah, that is the reason why you're mentioning 18 floods. Because otherwise, I don't think the news also would have reached you, because we are all doing our work anyway.
Can't imagine how hard it must have been.
Yeah, rice sacks was very hard. See, that was the entire society came together. Kerala civil society is very strong. You are Malayalis, I am not a Malayali, I am from Tamil Nadu. So I always appreciate and I look with wonder at how the Kerala civil society works, how they come together regardless of religion, regardless of other such differences, come together when a crisis comes. I saw that right in front of my eyes in Wayanad. So I would say the civil society, the political class, right from the chief minister to the MLAs, they were all very active. They are always active, and officers, and then so judiciary, even lawyers, they were all doing their flood relief work. So it was the entire society coming together. And since we are IAS officers, I think we were highlighted a bit more. That's
Besides the rice sacks incident, were there any other incidents that made an impact on you during the relief efforts?
No, so I'll tell you, 2019, there was a landslide in Wayanad, in a place called, in a panchayat called Mepadi, in a place called Puttumala, where we didn't even know how many were dead actually. I still remember those were, I would say, in all these 8 or 9 years of my IAS career, those nights were the toughest, because one evening, again it will take a separate episode, but I will try to condense. One night we are informed that some 200 houses are washed away. There's no range, it is raining like anything. This was the 8th of August 2019. My parents had come from Madurai. I thought I'm going to spend good time. I told my parents 2018 floods had come in August. It's a once in a century event. Don't worry. This time come in August. There won't be any floods. The moment they reached, this rain started. I didn't even meet them. I was in Kalpetta. You may not know Wayanad. Manantavadi is one place. Kalpetta is another place. Mepadi is the place where this landslide happened. So there's no range. We reached the place. There's no light. I reached there. I started from Kalpetta at 9 o'clock. Reached there at 12 o'clock. Usually it takes 25 minutes. The same route took 3 hours because all roads are blocked. We had to move tree logs. We had to walk a bit. We had to find the alternate route for the car to come. We reached the place. The entire road is blocked. We don't know what's beyond that. Still remember night 1 o'clock, 1:30. Media are all calling us. What's happening? I don't know what to tell. We don't know what's happening, because there is the only access to that area, the area where the landslide happened, was blocked. There was no other route. So we had to just wait. There's no range, no electricity, nothing. So that was 8th night or 9th early morning. So from 9th, I'm putting it very shortly. From 9th till 18th, we were there. I was for 2 days I was with the same shirt also, because where to go, what to do. So we had to check how many people were missing. We had to evacuate people from that side to this side. We had to clear this road. We had to move people who were on the other side. That is another 500,000 people. And then we had to search who was missing, who was dead, search for their dead bodies. But thankfully, a Panchayat member, Mr. Chandran there, had ensured many of them had vacated the houses before the rains came. Because of him, he's an unsung hero. Because of him, 300 lives were saved. If he had not done that, maybe 300 people would have been dead that night, that evening. In fact, it happened in the evening. We got to know it a bit late. So that was a very tough time, and for 8 to 10 days, full time I was as an incident commander. You call it an incident commander, where you're posted there as a full-time person working there. And I worked closely. The MLA was with me. NDRF was with me. NDRF, you must know, the National Disaster Relief Force. Army was with me. Forest people were with me. Panchayat, health, doctors. It was a big army. Volunteers from Kozhikode. Hundreds of volunteers. In fact, handling them was a task, because they want to do everything. So we had to cool them down. Wait, you can't enter there. What if? And by the way, all these things we were doing when it was still raining. So I still remember we are standing on this side, and I'm looking at the other side, and the hills look like another landslide will happen there. So I'm telling a guy standing here, it looks very scary. What will we do? And then this guy told, just look behind us. We were also standing behind a hill which was very scary, which was like the hills which had just washed away. Within no time, 200 houses were washed away. So it was very scary. That night I didn't sleep, because 2:30 we came back, and again we had to go back at 4:30. When the daylight came, we again had to start work. Those were not just sleepless nights, those were very scary nights, because it was still raining. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know. But it's very unfortunate, but 16 people died during that landslide incident. We could not even recover 3 bodies, because the bodies were washed away to Malappuram. We were in Wayanad, Malappuram, and then the sea. We could not even find the bodies. Those were very tough times. I think 2019 floods was an experience like no other. And when such times are tough, you bond with people, no? You bond closely with people who are with you at that time. So I got a good bunch of friends from different departments who are still friends, from forest, Panchayat, doctor, health driver. We all became Panchayat president. He lost the election, unfortunately. I don't know why. So we all became good friends, and even now we are friends. Even now, if anything is there, they'll come here, and so that is an experience like no other, where out of such tough circumstances also we could form such nice bonds.
So your journey from cracking the UPSC exam in 2015 to becoming an IAS officer is truly inspiring. Can you share some advice to aspiring IAS officers, or even those preparing for the UPSC exam?
Advice. So basically, I think this YouTube channel is mostly viewed first of all by your students, right? So at your age, at the age of 13 to 16 or something, I would say read newspaper. So basically, this civil services exam, the nature of the exam has changed a lot in the last 15-20 years. What I would say is, the one thing which has not changed is that the awareness about the world around us, what's happening around us, that is something very important. And for that, a newspaper is always, reading a newspaper is good. Not for the exam, even to become a well-rounded personality, you need to know what's happening around you. For that, a good newspaper is essential. We have a good newspapers like the Hindu and all. The Hindu helped me build my vocabulary also. And so newspaper first, and nothing else at school time. School time is to enjoy and make friends and form a personality. School is not to prepare for exams. School is to school time. Your school life is what is going to decide how you are going to be for the next 50-60 years of your life. So school life should not be about history, geography, physics, chemistry alone. School life should be about becoming a person, a human being who's humane, who's compassionate. So as an aspirant, if you're a civil services aspirant, first thing is become a great human being, good human being. Only good human beings can be good IAS officers or good doctors or good engineers. So for that, school life is very important. And One other thing is having a wide reading habit. That is something very important. In fact, in my case, I never studied properly in a civil service. Almost so many persons who clear the exam have a background of a civil services academy. They studied in an academy. I did not do it because I was very lazy. I was very lazy to sit and study in a classroom. But what helped me was my reading habit. I have been reading books on politics and history from your age, from this age, from +1 10th standard. I have been reading. That is the reason why it was very comfortable. The exam was very comfortable for me because I am writing the exam at the age of 23. But I have been reading on these subjects from the age of 15, 16. So that was what helped me. So at your school age, I don't think you should start preparing for the exam right now. You should not think about the civil services exam has 3 stages: preliminary, mains, interview. The subjects are there, general studies is there. But at your age, you should not think about all that. At your age, you must read the newspaper. You must know what's happening in Iran, Iraq. You must know what's happening in Ernakulam. You must know what's happening in Delhi. You must know what laws are being passed. One crucial advantage which 90s kids did not have and you have is that the internet. The Google is so good. Like anything you Google, you will get everything. Like you are reading the Hindu newspaper and there is a news on say Israel-Palestine issue. Now if you read the Hindu newspaper on one day, you will not understand the issue. Just Google. Within half an hour you would have understood the issue. Such advantages were not there. I also had that advantage. We were also Google generation. My previous generation did not have that advantage. So that way, right now, school kids, I think enjoy school life, make good friends and read newspaper. That's all I would say.